All right, let's talk about medications that are metabolized into other medications. First, we're going to look at venlafaxine, or Effexor. Venlafaxine is metabolized by CYP2D6 into O-desmethylvenlafaxine, or desvenlafaxine. It undergoes O-demethylation right here. So demethylation takes off that methyl group, and we're left with a hydroxyl. These are both serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Venlafaxine at lower doses is mainly an SSRI. At higher doses, let's say 225 milligrams, it also inhibits the reuptake of norepinephrine. Like venlafaxine, desvenlafaxine inhibits the reuptake of serotonin and norepinephrine, but the NET actions are greater relative to its SERT actions compared to venlafaxine. They have pretty similar side effect profiles. So basically, if you want more noradrenergic activity, go with Pristiq. Next on my list is risperidone. So risperidone predominantly is metabolized by CYP2D6 to metabolite paliperidone or 9-hydroxyrisperidone, also known as Invega. See right here, we're adding a hydroxyl group on that carbon. This is from Stahl's psychopharmacology, but this is the receptor binding affinity between the two. Here we can see they have very similar binding affinities. When it comes to side effects, they both pretty much have the same side effects. Paliperidone may be more tolerable based on anecdotal clinical evidence. I'll mention that risperidone is sometimes dosed twice a day, and paliperidone comes as an extended release tablet, so it's dosed daily. Paliperidone has some injectables, and so does Risperdal, or risperidone, some more, and an ODT as well. I don't imagine that CYP2D6 genetic polymorphism has much of a clinical relevance when it comes to risperidone. The third drug on my list is kind of interesting. Here we have primidone metabolizing into phenobarbital. See this little carbon right here? That little methylene is oxidized to a ketone. So primidone is an older medication, sometimes used for seizures. It's also used off-label for essential tremor. It is not a controlled substance. Phenobarbital is. Phenobarbital is a Schedule IV controlled substance. This is also sometimes used for seizures. I usually see it in dogs. This is because it has a higher risk of overdose and respiratory depression when compared to like benzos. It's because barbiturates don't really have a ceiling effect like we see with benzodiazepines. Both have addictive potential, dependency, and withdrawal. Both primidone and phenobarbital are CYP enzyme inducers. They induce a few different CYP enzymes. Also mention that some of this primidone is metabolized into PEMA or phenethylmelanamide. So what I can deduce from this is that primidone probably has an abuse potential, even though it's not a controlled substance, because it looks like up to 25% of it gets converted into phenobarbital.